Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and I'm in Munich right now enjoying the gorgeous fall weather. It's really beautiful here. But the reason I'm here is because Huawei announced a new line of phones, the Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro. And I have the Mate 10 Pro right here, going to unbox it, give some first impressions, show you some features that they didn't even talk about in the keynote. Some really cool ones as well. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. The Mate 10 Pro from Huawei looks to compete with all of their flagships out right now. I do want to give a shout out to Huawei for providing this unit for review and also sponsoring this video. Like in other past devices from Huawei, they have partnered with Leica with the new dual camera system on their device, which I'm excited to try out. Be sure to follow my Instagram. I'll be posting lots of pictures taken with this device. So we're going to try and open this guy up without dropping it. You'll see Huawei design right away with the device and some packaging. Now I'm going to set this to the side for a second. We're going to check out real quick what's in the box. Taking the top piece off, let's go ahead and see what comes in the box. So first of all, looks like you do have a case right here. I'll put this on in just a second, show it off. SIM ejection tool, all that good stuff. Continuing on, looks like they do include headphones, which is great to see. I also want to make a note that these are USB Type-C headphones. You'll see right there, there's that USB Type-C connection. And then you do have a USB Type-C cable and an adapter as well. I'd also like to add that maybe you don't want to use the included headphones. So you'll see they did include USB Type-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack adapter. So it looks like this removable of headphone jacks is here to stay. Now let's get to the device. So here we go, peeling off that back, and it reveals what they call the signature stripe. And this is the titanium gray. There's tons of other colors. I did live tweet the event, and this is a very premium looking and feeling device. Let's go ahead and power it on. Looks like there's also a bit of a screen protector on it, which I can go ahead and peel off right now. As always, you guys can check this out. Boom, there we go. So here is the device with that dual camera on the back. Let's let it power up. All right, so all powered up, good to go. Like I promised, I want to show off this case just real quick. Can set it on. This is the included case. It is clear, has some grip to it, I will say. Cutouts look just fine on the back. You see it doesn't hinder anything on the top here. IR blaster, awesome. I am very happy that they included that. Pretty much the only manufacturer including that in their devices now, which I use all the time to control my TV. You see here, microphone, 3.5 millimeter, some speakers, and it does cover the SIM slot there, which is just fine, and it does cover the buttons on the right side, but still easy to press. And here's just another close look at that device. Here's the bottom on the left side there, up at the top with that IR blaster. Can you tell I'm excited? And then on the right side here, you do have a power button along with volume rockers. Also worth noting that the power button has a bit of texture on it, makes it easier to differentiate between the buttons. And there you have it. And then of course here is a close-up of that dual camera system on the back. You have an RGB lens and a monochrome lens, more on that in just a second. And then the fingerprint scanner is on the back. So now I'm gonna quickly run through the setup and talk about anything that's noteworthy. First thing up is fingerprint touch control. So you can use the fingerprint to do specific things such as answering calls, stopping your alarm, browsing photos, and even showing the notification panel. Let's go ahead and set up a lock with our fingerprint. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my pointer finger on the back, and it says make sure you enroll it in different spots. You see I'm just lifting and setting it back down, touching the sensor, and then press the edge of your finger against the sensor, complete full fingerprint. There we go, successfully enrolled. I can add more if I want to. I can rename a specific finger as well, add more in settings once I get to it. But let's go ahead and get started. You'll see EMUI is also running Android 8.0 Oreo out of the box, which is fantastic. To get started, as always in my unboxing videos, I want to jump into storage so you can see how much is free out of the available. So you'll see total 128 gigs, 108 is free. So 20 gigs is used right out of the box. Now let's go ahead and test out that fingerprint scanner, which is on the back of that device. Go ahead and set it down. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, snappy, 1, 2, 3, unlocks right away, very accurate as expected. Huawei's fingerprint scanners have always been great. You'll notice right away there is no app drawer. However, you can change this. You just go ahead and go into settings, home screen style, and just change it to drawer. That'll go ahead and reload your home launcher, and there is that app drawer for those of you that need it. Next, let's go ahead and load up that camera. Just snap a couple pictures. You see, swipe right to select a mode, swipe left to display the settings menu, and then swipe up or down to switch between Pro and Standard mode. And you can also, of course, GPS tag, which I pretty much never do. Now, first of all, look in the bottom right-hand corner. You see how it has a picture of a leaf. They did an awesome demo at the event, and this is actually really, really cool. It has some AI learning. This is actually the AI camera mode, and it detects what it's seeing. Now, to give you a very crude example, here's me, but look in that corner, you'll see it now as a human instead of a leaf. At the moment, it can detect up to 13 objects, including food, animals, plants, flowers, and more to come as the AI learning machine does its work. So you'll see I'm snapping some pictures, very little shutter lag. Very quick, actually. Testing it out, you'll see when I switch real quick to a bunch of sunlight, it switches and recognizes I'm looking at a more bright light scenario, switch back to some leaves. So really quick, real-time AI. That's amazing, actually. So I'm really excited to give this more test. Like I said, follow me on Instagram. I'll link to it all down below. Lots more to come on this device as well, including a full review and even some comparisons. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to click that subscribe button. You'll see swiping up there just gets you to that Pro mode, or you can go back very quickly. The Mate 10 Pro is a 6-inch 1080p OLED display, so I'm very happy they went with OLED technology in this model over LCD. It's just a personal preference of mine, and I think just overall, a lot of people just like OLED better. That screen also has an 18:9 aspect ratio, and you'll see the resolution 2160 by 1080. And of course, as I mentioned, it does run Android 8.0 Oreo out of the box. So if we go into settings, about phone, you'll see here Android version 8.0 and a new EMUI 8.0 as well. Quickly tap on that Android version, you get to that Easter egg. Also worth mentioning the CPU in this device, a HiSilicon Kirin 970, Huawei's own processor, and this is the first one with a neural processing unit in it. So it looks to bring an NPU into your device, a dedicated one to bring machine learning into your device on site, just so it can help with battery life and just improve your overall device. And then of course it has 6 gigs of RAM. Now, here's a bit of a setting that they didn't actually show off in the event today, but I do want to show you guys because it's actually a really neat one. So you go into Smart Assistance under Settings and then go to System Navigation. So by default, you see you got Back, Home, and Recent Apps in the bottom here. However, there's a setting for Navigation Dock, and of course you can customize these and change the order if you'd like to, but here's what I wanted to talk about. So you'll see here, Navigation Dock. Let's go ahead and turn that on. See this little floating icon pops up. It's a little bit different than what you're used to. Now you can also hide the navigation bar, which is what I kind of wanted to show off. You have this floating dock. Touch to go back, touch, release after touch, and hold to go to the home screen. Hold and slide for overview, and drag to move the position. So there you go. Let's go ahead and hide the navigation bar and hit OK. And you can utilize more of that screen. You can float this dock just about anywhere. Let's say I want to go back real quick. Just tap on it. It goes ahead and goes back. Now let's say I want to go all the way home. I can press and hold and let go, and it'll actually do a quick vibrate and let me go home. And then of course you can press and hold just a little bit and it'll do that quick vibrate, and then you can swipe over and it'll go ahead and jump into those quick settings. You can go in any direction. It'll go into those recently opened apps. You can quickly jump back into them. And let's say I press and hold real quick on it and swipe away. I can jump back into that camera real quick, go back to the settings again, and then just tap to go back, press and hold, let go to go home. Now, of course, over Android 8.0 Oreo, there is that EMUI skin. So you'll see here swiping down, just a little bit different than stock Android, even jumping into settings, or even, let me tap to go back, going into our app drawer, you'll see some of these apps, but you can theme them with some icon packs if you'd like to. The nice thing about Android. That's just about everything I wanted to cover for now on the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Really excited to put my SIM in here and use it. Like I said, more videos to come. Just check out those bezels, very slim on the back, just very premium looking, and like I said, feeling device in your hand as well. So lots more to come on the camera, software, tons more. So be sure to subscribe. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching.